What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ryan Meyer's Expeditions. We got something really special for you guys. We got Brandon Jordan. We brought him all the way out here to Hawaii, and we're gonna teach him how to spearfish properly. Now, to do that, we need him to forget everything that he thinks he knows about spearfishing. I've been watching his—
It's not much, it's not much.
I've been watching your videos for a couple years now, and I'm like, oh my God. Hopefully, we can get him to shoot something really cool in the next 2 weeks. The goal is an alua, a giant trevally, a wahoo, a tuna, a big mahi-mahi. But first, we gotta go all the way back to the beginning and start with a simple pole spear, the way everybody does out here in Hawaii. So the goal for today is kole, menpachi, aveo-veo, all those small, delicious fried fish.
You gotta start somewhere.
That's it. we gotta start somewhere, and we definitely need to forget everything you've got going on. But for now, we'll see you guys in the water. I personally believe that 3-prongs and pole spears are the perfect introduction to spearfishing for beginners. They're lightweight and fast to reload, which means you're not wasting any time between missed shots and your next opportunity. In Hawaii, most people 3-prong hunt for small fish like kole in shallow water, which means less breathe up time and more dives. Beginners shouldn't be pushing it. They need to focus on one skill at a time, and for us, this day is purely to practice hunting and observing how fish respond to being hunted. If we had started with the spear gun in deeper water, Brandon might have only had 1 or 2 shots on a decent fish all day, which means much less practice and much less opportunity to learn. Brandon and I are both from Florida, and I've always considered anything less than like 10 pounds not really worth the trouble. So one of the other lessons I really wanted Brandon to get out of today is appreciating the variety in the small fish, and that not every great meal has to come from a trophy. First session in the water. We didn't kill Brandon, although we tried.
You did try.
I did try. But nah, it was really cool. First of all, the zone was rad. It was really cool to get in there and see some proper sized coles. I mean, big fat guys. And then to kind of take those new 3-prongs out, use those for the first time, and have kind of Brandon doing that starting from scratch. It's really how everybody in Hawaii starts out, but definitely how I recommend anywhere you are in the world to learn with a hand spear. And it truly teaches you those kind of like rudimentary skills of like hunting from the bottom and what it looks like to spook a fish and how to interact down there as a hunter, but also be as non-threatening as possible. So that was a really solid first step for Brandon. We got a pretty epic couple weeks coming up, but for now we're gonna cook up these kole right here. I'm gonna, you ever eaten a fish face before?
No, I've never eaten any type of animal face, but I did shoot one in the head, and I was like, man, I messed up the meat.
You did. It was like, oh, I messed the meat up. But we're gonna eat these fish's face. I love doing this to people. I mean, I remember when people did this to me when I first came out, they were like, here, eat the face. And I was like, that's gross, no way. And now I'm like, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So these are truly a delicacy, and I'm starving. I'm stoked to get into it. I think I've reached the point where we can eat all of the bones.
Ooh. Look at those, man. So, I mean, what do I got? I don't even know what to grab.
Bro, you can eat everything that is right there. That whole entire pile of fish is edible.
Look at that. The tail is delicious. I just got like it's basically a fish french fry, if you will.
Fish potato chip.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a potato chip. No, that's sweet, man. I get it.
You get it, right?
I get it. It's different. We're talking about like shooting big grouper and stuff like that. It's like, why am I eating this tiny little fish? It's like a saltwater bluegill almost, but it is delicious. And the potato chip aspect is the perfect way to describe it. It's a fish potato chip. That's so cool. Thank you, man. This is awesome.
Sick. With some basic water and hunting skills down, we went and searched for some calm water to work on really pushing Brandon just a little bit deeper. I really feel being able to operate at depth helps your hunting tremendously. Being able to comfortably hunt in that 50-foot and beyond zone lets you get into sink phase and not scare the fish when you leave the surface. Hunting a bit deeper also forces you to slow down with your breathe up and to hunt with a buddy. To push deeper, a line really helps to control the situation so the diver can focus on one thing at a time and comfortably push themselves. We worked on an efficient water entry, deeper equalization, and relaxing into sink phase. Brandon absolutely crushed it, pushing deeper than he ever had before and easily reaching 73 feet.
Easy peasy.
Goodness.
No worries, huh?
Yeah, that felt weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could tell, like, I think I was coming up on contractions.
Okay, but just getting to them. So you see see where that is related to your static. Like you
I didn't have it, but I could feel the uncomfort.
Oh, for sure, it starts. But realistically, you were getting statics in the couch at 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So obviously now you're burning a lot more oxygen, right? You're creating more CO2. But where you are beginning those, when you have strong contractions, like you're still halfway done. Like you got halfway to go. You know what I mean? Like it's just beginning that discomfort. So at the end of this week, I want you on the bottom still with contractions. I want you down there,
Right.
like, with that uku coming in.
Well, I do have good news.
What's that?
It's the deepest dive of all time.
That's awesome, bro.
69 foot.
69 foot, there you go. How's that? Sick. Well, I got news for you. We're going deeper.
All right, perfect.
It was awesome to see him really get in sync with the Hawaiian waters, and even the dolphins showed up to welcome him with open fins. So we've mastered our 3-prong, we've mastered our 60-foot free diving along the line. Next, Brandon's getting a spear gun. And what better way to take him out and kind of introduce him to local Hawaii spearfishing with a gun than the Roy. So if you guys haven't watched this channel, you don't know what a Roy is, they're an invasive species out here in Hawaii. They were introduced in like the 1950s to give a grouper fishery to the Hawaiian people. Unfortunately, many of them are known to carry a ciguatera toxin and not be actually edible. So we're gonna kill them today, but we're not going to eat them. We are also gonna look for something to eat though. We always need something to take home back to Sam. So maybe a big omilu. I know there's an omilu cave here. Maybe a big blue uhu, maybe Moana Kalis. We're gonna see what Brandon can find. With Brandon now comfortable with some deeper dives and basic hunting skills, it was time to combine the two. The number one thing I wanted to see Brandon learn was the importance of hunting from the bottom. Hunting from the bottom is completely different from hovering 3 feet off the bottom and looking around for fish. I know for a fact this was how he was hunting in Florida and how most average spearfishermen hunt. Attempting to hover scares everything away, burns a ton of oxygen, and never gives you a chance for these fish to get curious and approach you. To do this properly and remain relaxed, you've got to be confident in your own freediving skills and that your buddy has got your back. You have to move slow on the surface, take plenty of time to breathe up, and swim slowly but efficiently to depth.
When all this comes together, you are truly an underwater hunter, and those once spooky fish will swim right up to you. I think Brandon finally got it, as this was the first fish he had ever truly tricked into coming to him rather than just chasing after and taking a shot at a fleeing fish. Once Brandon got his Moana Kali, it was time to get him a Roy. Roy are an invasive species out here in Hawaii, but they provide a great target practice for beginners. Roy are perfect as they're generally big, slow-moving fish, and every one taken off the reef is good for the ocean. Getting them off the reef also helps to protect the local fish species that they're always feeding on. Usually there are plenty around, but the only one we found today was deep in a cave at 70 feet. This would really put Brandon's skills and trust in me to the test. With a great shot, he secured his Roy, evaded the sharks, and learned some really valuable hunting skills that I hope he will use forever.
Well guys, Brandon J has got it. I kid you not, 70 feet hunting pretty much most of the day, 60, 70 foot dives, really getting down there to the bottom, hiding, hunting from the bottom, and it's like, this is the first real day of spearfishing in your life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is how it's done. This is what it's like.
Definitely like this. I've been chasing fish, not hunting them. That's what I learned.
Check that out.
This is the prize of the day.
Moana Kali.
And this is what I really wanted to shoot. But 70 foot deep in a cave, and it took a lot of confidence to get there, but dropped down and took my shot, and it's crazy. This is the deepest fish I've ever shot.
Guys, I'm just pumped that I don't have to spend another 2 weeks with this guy. They can't dive at all. So we're seriously making progress. And guys, if you are still on that level where you're hovering 2 feet off the bottom, like I just go to the bottom. That's it. Just go to the bottom. It will change your life. It gives you a whole nother reason, a whole nother chance to relax from the bottom and allow those fish to come over to you, allow you to be a true predator down there instead of just chasing stuff around.
You get down there, you relax, and everything comes to life, man. It's wild.
Well guys, now we're gonna show Brandon how delicious these Hawaii fish are. We're gonna cook up this Moana Kali right here on the beach. Like a perfectly toasted marshmallow right there.
Sheesh.
That's it right there. We're gonna chow on this fish, and then we're gonna see what tomorrow holds. So continuing Brandon's evolution into becoming an actual effective underwater hunter, we're gonna take him out today and teach him how to tickle the taco. So these are octopus, but they actually call them taco out here in Hawaii a lot. The Hawaiian name is actually hei, the Japanese name is taco, but we all call them tacos. So we're gonna have to go out here and engage our taco eye. We're gonna be looking for these things basically in the gravelly beds, and I'm gonna be looking for basically a dark spot to point out to Brandon so we can get down there, shove that 3-prong in like this, and just tap, 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 irritate him enough so he comes out and pops out of his hole. When he pops out of his hole, Brandon's gonna grab him, hopefully not lose him, bring him to the surface, bite him between the eyes so that we can actually kill him, and then we're gonna eat him. All right guys, we'll see you guys out there in the water.
Brandon's next lesson was on hunting for octopus, and what I really wanted him to get out of this was that there's so much more to spearfishing than just spearing big fish. There's a ton of delicious creatures that we can harvest from the ocean, and a good spearfisherman knows this and spreads his impact out across multiple types of animals. Tickling the taco is tough. Mentally grabbing this thing that is trying to grab you while holding your breath definitely isn't easy. You really have to want to eat this thing more than it doesn't want to be eaten. Brandon struggled a bit at first, but eventually made it happen and harvested his first ever Hawaiian octopus. To cap it all off, on the way in, we were greeted by one of the most incredible daytime manta displays I've ever seen. Now it was time to really push Brandon out of his comfort zone and see how deep we could get. I needed him as comfortable down deep as possible if we were going to have a chance at something truly giant. So we headed back to the line to have a controlled environment that we could push him and perfect those really small skills. Training on the line should be an integral part of everyone's spearfishing training program. Adaptation at depth requires a flexibility that can only be had through spending time down at depth. You don't necessarily need to always be pushing deeper, but simply repeating a target depth over and over will do wonders for your comfort. And that's exactly what we did with Brandon, as he made his deepest dive ever to 100 feet, and then we repeated it 2 more times. Now he was ready for the spear gun in some deeper water, searching for that truly giant fish.
It's a big moment. I'm about to look over at this thing. It's a big moment. Oh, that looks good, bro. 102. 102,
Yo,
bro. I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
You look good too. Easy, nice, relaxed.
Yeah.
No worries. Heck yeah.
Dude, it feels so good just falling, bro.
In the evolution of Brandon J's spearfishing, today we're taking him out to a really cool spot to look for some of those bigger fish, something that we can actually fillet and turn into a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. If you guys watch his channel, you know that's one of our favorite things to do. So we're looking for that uku, maybe a moo, maybe a big parrotfish, but I've definitely also shot ahis and wahoos. Big GTs come cruising through here too. We're taking that big spear gun out today, that Pathos 115 roller, and we will see you guys in the water.
Brandon was skeptical that our Chick-fil-A fish sandwich was as good as the real thing, so I was dead set on proving him wrong. Hawaii has some incredible smaller sized reef fish that we love to fry and steam up whole, so we really only fillet the bigger ones. For beginners, finding one of those bigger fish can be extremely difficult, so Brandon would need to use all the skills he's learned to hunt something that was really big enough to warrant filleting. So when we came across this big blue uhu or parrotfish, I knew this was just the fish for Brandon to go after. Brandon made a perfect dive to the bottom and looked really comfortable, well within his limits, and I was thrilled when he connected perfectly with this fish. I was stoked for Brandon, but also kind of shocked at how far we had come. He was actually a competent underwater hunter, now able to be confident on the bottom and attract fish over to him. No longer would he be that guy chasing after and shooting at barracudas from the surface. He was now a true underwater hunter, and there was only one more mission for us to accomplish: shoot something truly giant.
Show me where the hole's at.
It's in there right now. It's going around. Take your time. Remember that nice headshot, bro.
Yeah.
Finding big fish anywhere in the world is mostly a function of spending time where they live. Spend enough time in the right areas, doing the right things, and you will come across them. Whether you land them or not is completely up to you. Brandon had said this was a dream fish for him, and we had discussed and prepped for this exact situation. A big Alua was cruising circles inside of a cave. The moment had arrived, and it was time for Brandon to put everything he had learned together and take a shot at a true monster. We had put in 15 days in a row in our wetsuits. We had put our time in and taught Brandon the skills he would need, and now all we needed was to get lucky. And while swimming in on our final day, we came across the dream fish in Hawaii, the king of the reef, the Alua, the giant trevally.
What a fish! Yes! That's the Alua, bro. Wow! The giant trevally.
Let's get out of here! Everything I wanted, dude. Everything I wanted.
But we did it, baby!
We did it! We freaking did it, Ryan! Oh my gosh, my dream fish, man. We made it happen. It was such a sick battle. The dude weighs like 60 something pounds. He's just freaking giant, dude. Oh my God. One heck of a fight. Absolutely, absolutely unreal fish here. And this is one I've always wanted. And now I can cross this off my bucket list. Thank you so much, Ryan. Well, when I first came out here, 30 foot was about my max dive. We have well surpassed that now.
Coming out here to Hawaii, everybody wants to come out here and like shoot fish. And it is not an easy place to spear anything.
Yeah.
You did it. You're hunting from the bottom. You shot your big fish. You shot your delicious fish. You shot your smart fish. You've done it, man. You've done Hawaii.
Thank you so much.
I'm speechless too, guys. What a cool adventure to be able to really take Brandon through all of the necessary levels. Like we were joking the whole time. I'm like, I'm gonna take you through 10 years of your evolution of spearfishing. You know, we're gonna start off with that 3-prong, go onto the line, do that line diving, that free dive training, get your spear gun, then move out into that deeper water. And guys, we did it all. If you guys wanna see me do more collabs like this, where I take big YouTubers and really put them through the program, teach them how to spearfish, comment down below who you'd like to see come out here next, or who you'd like to see me go over to them and really help them level up their spearfishing skills. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Ryan Meyer's Expeditions.